Okay, I'm using some of these Southern recipe pork cracklins. These are real convenient. I mean, traditionally you would have to kill the hog, render out the lard, scrape the skin, fry up the skin with the little pieces of meat attached to it to get some cracklins. Anyway, these are a lot more convenient. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to put these in a food processor and we're going to pulse these until they break up a little bit. Now we're not going to a powder, we're just kind of breaking them up. I'll show you what we got here in just a minute. Okay, time for our dry ingredients. We're going to mix these up. I've got some stone ground cornmeal, got our cracklins, see our bits and pieces in there? That's exactly what I want. Got some baking powder. All ingredients will be listed under show more. Just look below the video box. A little baking soda. We're going to put a little salt in here. Not a whole lot, just enough. And then we're going to mix everything up. Alright, we've got all of our dry ingredients mixed up, so now we're mixing the wet. I got some buttermilk in here. I've got some melted butter. I'm only using 4 tablespoons, but if you want this to be really moist, you can add more. But hey, I'm going to be eating these with some beans, so I don't have to have them all soggy. Putting an egg in there, and then we're going to mix all these ingredients up. Alright, we're going to put our wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, and we're going to see how the moisture looks. Anyway, notice there's no sugar in this. If you want to add sugar, go ahead. But because of the cornmeal I'm using, I don't think it needs any. Anyway, we're going to put this in here and we'll give it a good mix and see how it looks. Alright, after I got this mixed up, it looks a little dry to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a little bit more buttermilk. I'm probably going to put about 2 tablespoons more of buttermilk. And then if I need a little more, I'll only add 1 tablespoon at a time. And you want to do this until it just comes together. Now if I was making an actual cornbread, I'd want this to be a liquid, but because I'm making these little cakes that go on the griddle instead of actual real cornbread, I want it to just come together. Alright, looks like that was enough buttermilk. See how that come together and it's sticking on its own? That's what we want right there. Alright, now that our cornmeal's coming together, we're going to form our little cakes, just like making a hamburger patty. Pat it out, kind of round, basically even thickness across, and that's all we're looking for. Alright, our grill's been pre-warmed. You got to have the grill nice and warm and plenty of oil on it. Yeah, these aren't the healthiest things in the world, but hey, they good. Especially with some turnip greens or pinto beans. Yeah. Anyway, we're just going to kind of put these on here, and then we're going to kind of pat them out. If you get some cracks in them, just kind of form it back together. Don't worry about it. It'll be alright. Alright, when you start to see a nice brown ring forming around the bottom of them, it's time to flip them over. You want some nice color on them, just like that. A little more, a little less is fine. You know, it's all up to you. And when you got a good crust on both sides and they're done in the middle, it's time to take them off. While these are nice and hot, I'm going to hit them with some butter. Yeah, I'm using this little one first. Oh, yeah. Flip you over to this real hot side. Smear that on. Now, how does it taste? Look at that. Little bits of crunch. Man, this is awesome.